Okay there, my little genetics Jedis. We're going to do the solutions for some questions. This one will be from the warm-up question on color blindness. I just want to write in calligraphy because, you know, I like to. That's all there is to that. So, color blindness is a recessive X-linked condition. You're going to show the Punnett square, genotypic ratio, and phenotypic ratio for the following questions. So, let's quickly go over it. When we say that a condition is recessive, that means you have to have both alleles for it if it's an autosomal trait. However, when it's X-linked, that means if you're male, you only have to have the allele for color blindness on the X chromosome that you have, because males are hemizygous. They only have one X chromosome, whereas the girls can be homozygous or heterozygous. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. So, A, colorblind male, crossed with a carrier female. Now, being a carrier female, we know her genotype right off the top is heterozygous. Okay, so capital X to the big B is going to be the allele for normal vision, and X to the little b will be the allele for color blindness. So when you set up your cross, write out your phenotypes as a cross, and then write your genotypes right underneath, and it'll help you set up your Punnett square properly. All right, so there she is there. There. Oh, one other thing, we want to make lots of room because sometimes these strings on the X-linked are fairly long. Okay, so we're going to do a Punnett square way over here. All right, there he is there. So in this case, we have a carrier daughter. Colorblind daughter, a normal vision son, and a colorblind son. So our genotypic ratios, we're going to write that just as a string, straight away. Okay, so X big B, X little b, to 1 X little b, to X little b, to 1 X big B, Y, to 1 X little b, Y. If we look at our phenotypic ratio, it's important with sex-linked to actually separate then the genders in terms of their phenotypes. Okay, so when we look, and even though it's gonna go 50-50 in either case, this is just a good thing to do because you'll see in the next question that that's not always the way it goes. So 50% are gonna have normal vision for your daughter, and 50% chance you're going to be colorblind. Now, a little sidebar, the reason you don't see a whole lot of color blindness is that most females out there are actually homozygous for this trait. So if the colorblind allele is not present in the population, then the probability of actually getting that condition is a lot slimmer than, you know, your 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 2. Okay, this would just be in this case if a colorblind male crosses with a carrier female. And he might not know that she's a carrier female. He could ask about her family history, or they could, you know, have a nice date and go to, you know, 23andMe and have their DNA tested for $250 and find out what their genetics are. That's actually within the realm of capabilities now. 50% chance of normal vision. 50% chance of colorblind. Okay, so that was question A. Question B. Normal vision male with a carrier female. This pattern should start to become familiar with you because we've seen this one before. Okay? This was the same as the hemophilia example, And the same as the Cyclops example with the fossils yesterday. Case 2. Normal vision. So X, big B, to the Y. All right, run our Punnett square. So, homozygous daughter who has normal vision. Carrier daughter who also has normal vision. Again, she won't know. They won't know unless they're actually tested or in the next generation. What we see here with boys, it's a bit different. Okay, and again, putting the Punnett square way to the left for these ones because this is going to be one long string. Okay, so there's our homozygous daughter. There's the heterozygous daughter. And both boys are hemizygous. This guy's getting normal vision. This guy would have color blindness. One long string. And that's cool. No problem. With sex-linked or X-linked, you want to make a little, split the chart. Girls and boys. Okay, so in this case, as you see, if you're female, it's a 100% chance of normal vision. But because it's on the X chromosome and boys are hemizygous for this trait, 50% chance of having a son.
This is Debbie. Please contact the office. This is Debbie.
Who has normal vision. And 50% chance who has color blindness. Okay, so that's case 2 from yesterday, but put in the context of color blindness. So if you look at yesterday's homework, those 6 combinations, we're just changing alleles and we're just changing traits, but the whole breeding patterns are the same. There's only 6 possible combinations for X-linked inherited traits. And if you know those and you're cool with those, then you're totally cool with this form of inheritance. I hope this helps. Enjoy.